Holler is intended for mature audiences only, so your mom is definitely invited. Sometimes controversial, always engaging. It's the podcast that lets your voice be heard. It's the podcast that shouts you out. It's time to holler. Can you dig it?
I could eat a unicorn one day through a Pop-Tart.
I like toaster strudels.
You like the jizzy part?
Yeah, I like the way it explodes
You
in
like
my
it?
mouth. And to swallow it down. Oh my God.
Your tweets, snaps, Facebook comments, and even phone calls. Holler any way you want.
They used to give kids opiates to keep them quiet.
This is much less offensive than that.
JD, Brian, and Gracie. Holler at your boys and a girl.
Summertime and the natties are free. I wish they were. Hit us up, Natty Light. We'd like a sponsorship. Hi, everyone. Brian has come out of the horse, and he's good to go. Hi, everybody. My name is JD. You can hit me up on all social media at JD Short. This is Holler. This is the podcast that shouts you out. Please play along with us on the internet. Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live if you're hanging out with us right now. We're here. We're having a good time. We got a wonderful guest. But first, let me pass it on to my good buddy, Brian. What's up, Brian? How you doing?
Hey, what is up, Holler Nation? We're so happy to be here tonight. I had to throw the horse mask on to begin with. I mean, I started my night by drinking a little bit of bourbon. That was a celebration because it's Friday. Listen to this, dude. I worked all day. I worked more than 8 hours today. I came home. I cut the grass front and back. I had to celebrate with bourbon. So on to Holler Nation we go. I'm excited for this show this evening. And like you said, we're gonna meet someone very important this evening. Potentially the most important person we ever had on the show. You'll see. Gracie, what's up your way before we get there?
I thought I was your yard mistress.
Yeah, well, I ran out of money. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway, nothing. Happy Friday the 13th. I survived it. Honestly, it was touch and go there for a minute. And usually Friday the 13th are good days for me, but today was a little rocky.
Why would you say rocky, Gracie?
Well, my job consists of watching 20 tiny humans.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, roger that.
So there we are. There's the rockiness.
Yeah.
Her sister was a witch!
Thank you so much, Gracie and Brian and me. Welcome to the show, to our very, very special guest. It's Rachel Allinder of the Foundry Theater, is Huntington's newest wonderful theater experience. How you doing, Rachel? What's up?
I'm great. Thank you for having me, all three of you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Rachel, thank you for being here.
Happy to have you.
So much.
I need more women on the show.
The Foundry Theater is basically this kick-ass project. Can you explain a little bit about the Foundry Theater and where it's located, what you guys do, all that kind of stuff? Can you give us like a little blurb about it?
Oh, sure. I'd love to. So there's a theater on top of City Hall in Huntington. And it's like 110 years old or so, all this dramatic molding. It's really cool. So yeah, I've been given the position to fill it with art and whatever I can fill it with. So working with the Good Time Show, which I think you all may be familiar with that some. I know you had Michael Valentine on for a different reason a while back, but
he was great, by the way.
He is great. And we the space is for rent, and historically dance groups have used it for recitals. In fact, we have a recital tomorrow night up here. But also really want to show films up here because it's not technically a theater. The space isn't a theater. It's an auditorium, and it's a sober venue because it's located on top of City Hall. And
that's a government building. Yeah.
Very good. I'm glad that you said that before I show up. You know what I mean? That's important info for me. This is a parking lot situation, JD. All right, we tailgate for this event. We
tailgate for any event we go to for the Foundry Theater.
So that's fine. And then so we need. Well, actually, you guys have like $55,000 I can have for a Chapter.
Well, you could have hit us up right before the show. It would have been different. But now that we're live,
I've lost my checkbook on it.
Yeah, I could have put something together, but maybe next round.
I had a $55,000 bill, but I have misplaced it. Sorry.
More on Foundry Theater later, of course.
Are you actually podcasting on our platform, by the way, directly from the theater? Are you all up in the theater right now?
Yes.
Amazing.
Is this backstage? Are we getting a scene? Are we getting for everybody that's actually watching the show, not just listening? Are we seeing a backstage area here?
We're actually in my office that's being renovated.
Okay.
So there's just kind of some stuff piled around, but there are still some stage lights on if you'd like to have a peek at some point. Like I said, there's a dance recital tomorrow, so they just finished rehearsing 3 minutes ago.
I was asking just because, number one, that's super cool. We can kind of see behind the scenes here and there, and that's awesome that you're renovating your office. But I also noticed a couple things in the background there. I can't really tell if there's some sort of marionette or puppetry situation going on. What can you explain? What's behind you there?
It's some stuff piled up. I'm a collector of stuff, see, and now I have this huge old building that I can fill with my stuff. But yeah, let's see. We've got a pig head, and that's just a wig with some masks. I will show you this. I didn't do this, but I think it's really cool. The Torrance family.
Yeah, from The Shining. Yes.
Yeah, cute, right?
Yeah. I feel like this is the intro to the latest Saw film. Who will make it out alive? I'm not sure. I can't wait. I fucking love it though.
We might. Something may be coming through the internet to us right now. So you can. By the way, everybody, you can go to foundrytheater.org to find out more info about this place. That's the website, right?
Yes, it is.
Got some events coming up. Looks like Thursday, May 19th. That's next Thursday. From if you're watching this live.
By the way, JD, I'm sorry to interrupt, but guess what? This is the longest intro ever. We never toasted the show. Just FYI.
Holy shit, we didn't.
We gotta toast the show, and then we'll get going, son.
I didn't want to toast the show anyway.
Okay.
It was, you're right. That's true. We didn't do that. We just jumped right into talking about Foundry Theater.
Excited.
Okay, so Gracie, then would you like to do a toast real quick, and then we'll start?
Holler Nation, let me take over for a second before Gracie does this. This is the toast.
Kanye.
This is the toast. Gracie, just hand me the microphone, all right? This is the toast for the show. If you guys are drinking with us, I want you to hold your glasses up as well. And as a matter of fact, this is your first chance to win Camo Energy. If you share this live Facebook video to your wall right now, we're going to mail you some for free. You've got to share the video to your Facebook wall. You've got to take a screenshot to prove that you did so. You're going to DM us all of this info along with your mailing address. You get this stuff for free. It's going to show up at your door. Gracie, please take it.
I don't want to now. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm just kidding. Let's drink to bread, because without bread, there would be no toast. Cheers.
Bread.
Bink.
I like that.
Link up at officialholler.com.
All right, sorry. Back to what we were talking about. There's a couple events coming up on your website. It says Thursday, May 19th, you're having an open screen night. Is this kind of what you were alluding to when you were talking about doing more films and more premieres and that kind of stuff? Is that what it's all about?
Yeah. So there are so many talented filmmakers in the city of Huntington and the surrounding area. And I want them to start thinking about this space as somewhere where they could show a movie. And so we have it's really cute and quaint. We're blocking off the stage. So actually everybody that attends will be up on the stage together with us. And it's free to submit something, free to attend, just hang out, show something you've worked on at any point, talk about it afterward if you want.
Now, wait a second. You say free to attend. So this place, is this always free? Is that the case here?
Well, not just for Thursday. I mean,
okay.
Sometimes, but
it's almost like an open mic night for films, right?
Yeah.
How come, Rachel? How come people in this area may not know all of this about Foundry Theater that sounds so interesting and unique and cool. It's got this great history behind it. Why would the area be behind and maybe not know about this place?
I think that there hasn't been a lot of original programming being put up on the stage for the past, I don't know, 4 decades maybe. And well, quite frankly, you just have to pay to get people to pay attention to you on the internet.
That is
very.
So I started,
or you go viral, and a 1 in a million chance.
Yeah, you start doing really stupid shit like wearing horse masks and shit. That's about all you can do, and give away energy drinks. You know, that's about what I can think of.
I don't know. I think it's like some 14-year-old kid that's really good at TikTok.
Right. See, you should hire that kid. Hey, by the way, I know that we've got a few more viewers right now. I want to use this chance to send you guys some free camo energy. We are proudly powered by this brand. This is a local brand, a Huntington, West Virginia brand. And I know we kind of shoved this down your throat right here in the beginning, but trust me, it's worth it. If you share this live Facebook feed, live Facebook video to your Facebook wall, take a screenshot of that, send us a DM along with your mailing address. We're going to mail you these for free. We want you to try them. They are delicious. This is dragon fruit. This is berry blast, 250 milligrams of caffeine, no sugar, no carbs. These are delicious. They're better than 5-hour energy. I'm just trying to give them to you for free. I will stop shoving them down your throat. Thank you to Camo and thank you to Holler Nation. Rachel, back to you and Foundry Theater.
Well, thank you again, Rachel, for being here. There's also another cool event coming up. It is on Saturday, June 11th. It is the Good Time Mountain Men do Dolly Parton. Now, is this like a live sex show or?
Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie.
Just reading it verbatim, okay? They do Dolly Parton, right?
Yeah, she's coming. No,
Twice.
In more ways than one. Yes, I got a good one.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. No, yeah.
Like that joke. It's punny. It's safe. It's good. Thank you.
I think she would appreciate. Honestly, Dolly would appreciate a joke like that. No, this is this has been a really cool thing. Like, so and. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about the event? Who are the Good Time Mountain Men, and why are they doing Dolly Parton?
Have you seen Dolly Parton?
Duh.
So, so the Good Time Mountain Men are a group of people who are who said yes to the gig and who are excited to cover a Dolly Parton song. So there are 14 guys, and they each pick a song that they want to do. And do you want me to read you the guys? It's 14 people. Can I read them all to you?
Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely.
We got time.
Do we have time?
Okay.
It's a construct.
Sean Whiting, William Matheny, Alan Brown,
We love you.
Woodward, Dave Lavender, Michael Valentine. Oh, actually, it's 15 dudes because one of the dudes is booked as of the Dell, which, as we know, are 2 dudes. Twins, but still 2 separate people. Okay.
Well, 14 was a party, 15's a gangbang, but continue, yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
David Prince, Perry Casto, Jeremy Short, Mark Bates, Jonathan Young, Chris Sutton, and Rob McNerlin.
Listen, we're going to have to get on one of these tickets at some point. I mean, if you're going to have all these people on one stage, you may as well holler at them while you're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
This is true. This is very, very true. A few of those are actually Holler alumnus. They've been on the show before. And, Michael. Shouts to Michael. Shouts to Alan. Shouts to Dave Lavender.
Yeah, Dave Lavender, what's up? I was so excited to see Dave at our event in Ashland. He was so excited to see Holler. He ran right up to us. It was so cool to be at the event at the Paramount. Live to Save Lives is what we were at. Lee Pennington, she's amazing. She's a great friend of the show. She shouted us out right away at that event and gave us these amazing box seats and backstage access and all of this stuff. Corduroy Brown did the after show. We were right there with him. It was such an amazing event. And Dave Lavender, right in the mix with everybody. He found us in the audience and came right up to us. It was exciting. But Rachel, you know what? Like, that's cool. Foundry Theater, awesome. People that are in the area, this is not like, Mel, by the way, she's one of our Holler listeners from the West Coast. She's over in Oregon. we always shout her out. So we've got people all over the place. They may not know what we're talking about, but all the people that are local in the Huntington, West Virginia area, Foundry Theater, clearly this is something that we have to check out, and we need more people to go there and to use these great resources that the area has. I mean, we've got them, and there has never been a more booming time as of lately, as far as the arts go in our area. So like, what a great time for Foundry Theater. Actually, it feels like sky's the limit. But Rachel, anyway, this podcast is for you. So I have a question for you. How does one become, because you look young to me, so how does one become CEO? That's a pretty cool title to be so young. What's up? What's your journey, man? How'd that happen?
Well, I just decided that I'd be a CEO.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So this is like the Wild West. Well, guess what? I'm a surgeon.
Man.
I am actually the CEO of Holler also, so it's cool.
Yeah, and JD's a rocket scientist, and whatever. That's a fun game, actually.
Well, no. So I was given the opportunity to take care of the space. Nate Sesko, do you guys know who he is? He's like a really funny comedian guy in Huntington, does a lot with comedy, and he's also a filmmaker. So he and I went to the city and we proposed, like, okay, we're going to do all of these things. These are the people that have agreed to, work with us and collaborate as far as, individuals in the art community. So, we got this position and we started a business, and he helped me get everything, sort of in order to start managing the space up here. Hooked me up with a young woman from Marshall who had recently graduated and studied, promoting and nonprofits. Anyway, I know I'm getting a little wordy here, but we filed all of this paperwork in order to become a nonprofit and answered all of these questions that are hard to understand because it's written by the IRS. But I did it. I'm waiting to hear back from the IRS. So, status pending. Apparently, they're like really busy because of some pandemic or something. But yeah, so it's just like, I guess I became a CEO because I was just given the space, and it's really super neat. And I have all of these ideas, and just, how about be a conduit for people who need a cool space to do art, or people who want to come see art, and the space that's already here.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I want to come see art. Yeah.
I remember seeing a couple like performances there, but it seemed like they really never used that space that much in the past. And then you guys come along, and now there's events happening on a way more regular basis. It's definitely, I think, it's expanding the image of the place. And that's super cool that you guys put that together. And it's nonprofit. That's awesome. That means you guys are literally helping the community. And what better way to do it with art, than with art, and with the I guess the synergy of using the city's resource to do that. That's super great. Thank you so much.
What's funny? I was gonna ask her a few questions about like past jobs and things like that, but JD has a Holler poll about that. So you know what? We will get there shortly in a minute. Rachel, how's this? What's your favorite ice cream flavor? I need to know.
Chocolate, I guess. If I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with orange sherbet, which is ice cream.
Yeah, either works for this question. That's fine. So you're an orange sherbet.
For having such a basic answer, but
it's cool. I mean, you like what you like. You can't. You're a chocolate kind of girl. You're a chocolate CEO. That's just how it goes.
Chocolate CEO. Those are words, man.
They are all words.
Some of them are letters.
Yeah, some of them are letters. The C in CEO stands for chocolate. Sorry, I'm moving on from the chocolate thing. Rachel, what is your favorite conspiracy theory? Which one do you subscribe to?
Oh my God, Bigfoot.
She's right away, Bigfoot.
Like, okay, so sure, we don't have a Bigfoot body that has died in the woods and people have found it. But, like, we don't just like leave human bodies lying, or I mean, some people do, like, you know, serial murders and stuff,
Right.
but for the most part, we take care of them because we respect one another. And I think Bigfoot, I don't know how to pluralize Bigfoot.
So
No.
you would
What about
think-
Mothman?
yeah. You would think that we would have found a Bigfoot by now, probably, you know, but I'm all ears, you know. 0 Bigfeet
You know,
found.
some say that they're the protectors of the earth.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Fair enough.
So
Says
what
the
if
girl in the
Bigfoot be an
Saw
apex
room.
predator?
Yes.
Wait, what did you say, Gracie?
Wouldn't Bigfoot be an apex predator? Like, what are big feats?
Well, you know,
Right.
technically
Wait,
gorillas, they only
wait a
eat
second. Did
vegetables,
we just go over
basically.
are there multiple big
Gorillas
feet?
just be munching leaves. So, you know, big feet, maybe that's what they do.
I
maybe
think
big feet, maybe just bunch of, I don't think so.
I think they're hiding, and I think that they just want to hang out and live their lives.
Have you ever
Do you
seen the
think
movie Harry and the Hendersons?
Yes.
It's,
Have
it's
you
a
ever-
wonderful Bigfoot movie. The top
People
Bigfoot
in the
movie.
music video when they get abducted by Bigfoot. Do you remember that one?
Wait, what? Say that again.
BC Boys video where they get kidnapped by Bigfoot.
Actually, hold on. This is like ringing a
That
bell.
one actually supports the theory a little more because of the intelligence factor of said Bigfoot.
Yeah. I think they're just I'm sure they can communicate with each other, and I think that okay, I just don't definitely believe they're not out there.
Fair enough. I'm so glad I asked that question, by the way. JD, your beard looks nice tonight.
Thank you so much, Randa. I appreciate it.
Holler at that. That's all I've got for Rachel. If you guys have anything else, I mean, other than that, we're going to scoot on to Holler Nation for the rest of the show. You guys cool with that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Rachel,
Cool,
stick around. We want you to join in with all the fun this evening. We're going to give away camo energy. We're going to shout out Holler Nation for playing along. What's up?
Send your dick pics to Gracie at officialholler.com.
There it is. There it was.
You know, you got to do it.
Please send them. I
Guys,
want
it's Holler,
them.
it's Holler poll time.
I
Please
crave
send them to Gracie.
them. Send them
It's-
to me so I can send them to Brian and JD.
Or
So-
you could save them and sell them.
I have a thing I wanted to bring up before we start the polls. This is just sort of a non sequitur thing, but have any of you guys ever received a package or a delivery that you didn't order? Like
Yes.
it showed up at your place or
Yes.
anything like that? Like, was it like what what was it? Do you remember what it was?
Yeah, okay. I've got a really good story about that actually. This is right in the midst of COVID. I'm talking when people thought that you were going to die potentially if you stepped outside your door. I'm talking the height of COVID. This package shows up at my door and it's like it's the total wrong street. It's like the next street over. I would have to go somewhere else for it or something. And I'm like, A, I'm not doing that because it's COVID. I'm not re-delivering this package. And B, it's fucking COVID. Like maybe it's the end of the world. I don't know, man. So like, I'll be honest. I cracked it. I cracked the package.
Okay.
Inside of it were Lysol wipes.
That was it.
You couldn't even like buy them anywhere. And suddenly I have like a case of Lysol wipes.
That's great.
Amazing.
Has it
Really
happened
well.
to you,
God sent them to me.
Gracie or Rachel? Either of you ever received something you didn't order just sitting on your front porch one day?
No, not that lucky.
No, but when I was a kid, we moved in to this new neighborhood, and our neighbors kept coming over accusing us of having stolen all of their NASCAR packages that they kept getting.
Those were fun neighbors.
I will give it back if it comes here. And I still to this day think that my mom was like stealing her NASCAR like light switch plates and stuff.
Can't be
Okay.
good.
Mel has just said, we all know Brian secretly wants the dick pics. Yes, we all know.
You're right, Mel. I'm hoarding them.
True. Madison says, hi, Rachel.
Madison, what's up? Stick around. Stick around.
The reason I bring it up is because I was up in Charleston, which is about 40 minutes away from Huntington, where we do this sort of show, where the show's based at. And I was helping my sister move some furniture. And I come back home to my house, and there are about 12 to 13 entire bags of groceries on my front porch.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I asked my roommate, did you order any groceries? No. Why would we? We live literally 2 blocks away from a grocery store.
Right.
but there were about 12, 13 full bags of groceries on my front porch. So I bring them in because I want to see whose they are. Like if there's a receipt that explains, Click List is they do deliveries of groceries and that kind of thing. I go through the bags, can't find a receipt. So I call the grocery store. They say, we don't do deliveries. It's a third party. You got to talk to them. I call the other and I'm like, hey, there's like an entire family's worth of groceries that I didn't deliver or that I didn't order. And they said, well, let's see if we can figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. They ended up saying, well, you can either keep them, give them away, or throw them away. But right now,
you're eating good. You're eating good.
I just thought, and I'm telling you, it looked like it was enough stuff to do an entire barbecue.
JD, I'm coming over. I'm coming over, son.
So I got a bunch of free groceries to my house. So it turns out when you get groceries delivered, make sure they're going to the right place, because if they're not, whoever ends up getting them is just going to keep them. So
sometimes you show up to your house and there's just a porch full of groceries and you're eating barbecues all weekend.
Now you're eating barbecues. Okay.
And sometimes you show up at your house and you're just wiping everything down with Lysol wipes.
Or that. It literally happened to me yesterday. I thought it was interesting and thought you guys would want to know that happened. Anyway, all right. Holler poll. And by the way, if it's ever happened to you guys out in Holler Nation, type a little story to it, send it to us, and we'll shout it out. If you've ever gotten a weird delivery that you didn't know was yours. I knew it wasn't going to be a bomb or anything because it was literally popsicles and chicken and fucking
Which delivery service was it? Was it DoorDash or what?
It was Click List. I'm pretty sure is the only one that delivers from this particular.
I'm not even sure what that is, dude.
It's a thing people do.
Okay, got you.
So yeah, holler poll time. Let's get into it. Brian, you want to go first? You want me to go first? I think I went first last week. So
yeah, your turn, Brian. Go first.
Okay, gotcha. My holler poll this week, I want to know what is the greatest Disney movie of all time. And since we're all just sitting here talking, let's just go for it. Let's just go for it, man. Because this is a tough one, actually. It's really tough. And
Gracie got mad in the group chat when you sent it.
What the fuck?
It is hard. It's hard, Gracie. But we have to cross that bridge sometime. The challenges in life are what makes us stronger. This is a challenge. I think the greatest Disney film of all time is The Lion King. I was really still going back.
I knew you were going to say that.
But now, why are you grossed out by that? Explain.
I'm not grossed out. It's just I like The Lion King. It's a great movie. It's a great Disney movie. But people just hype The Lion King up like it's extremely overrated, in my opinion.
And why do you think it's overrated?
Gracie, you're going to have an opinion about everybody's answer on this, aren't you?
It's just The Lion King. Because I can tell you there's probably going to be at least 5 to 6 more Lion King answers. And that's me saying it's overrated.
But that doesn't explain to me why it's overrated. I'm listening to your argument. Why is it overrated? You don't have one, do you? You don't know.
It's just the cliche Disney movie that everybody likes. It's just the cliche Disney movie.
So you don't like it because other people say they like it, so you've trained your brain to say.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I said it was a fantastic movie. But
it's not the greatest because others say it's the greatest. Then therefore it can't be the
greatest movie. It's not.
There's actually studies about that type of psychology, and I find it very interesting because,
here he goes.
No, it's very interesting, right? The interesting thing is we all have these little secret bands that we might like, and the second they hit Key FM locally, you're like, well, fuck, it's over. I'm breaking up with them. They're no longer my favorites. They're just a band that I knew. And so it's like you broke up with The Lion King, not because you didn't think it was the greatest, but because others said it was the greatest. You're like, that's it. It can't be the greatest, and I'm breaking up. Interesting psychology. By the way, I think my 1B answer would be Tarzan because the soundtrack goes hard as fuck. I still watch Tarzan with the Phil Collins soundtrack. He didn't have to go that hard, but he did.
The Brave Little Toaster is a Disney movie. Maddie.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Sorry, I'm answering the question.
Well, Gracie, you've got a lot to say about Disney films. You may as well go next. You're up. Okay. I vote Lion King.
Okay, so it's either a tie between Pocahontas.
Oh, no.
And Aladdin.
No, can't be. Nope. Someone said that one can't be.
Where did they say it, Brian?
You're about to hear on Facebook.
Okay, I cannot wait to hear it.
I'm just kidding. They're both fantastic, actually.
Of course, Gracie's answer would be a fucking tie because she,
I can't listen.
She won't
Ziggy,
choose.
you have zero clue how hard this was. I grew up on Disney movies, so like, I just
think a lot of people did really.
Seems
I think it also is
some people didn't.
It's specifically a
no, you didn't. Just
product of your time, you know. Corey's chopped in. He says, first movie comes to mind when you say Disney is probably Cinderella or Snow White classics. So, see, like I was saying, showing your sort of age there. I'm just kidding. Madison, does the Brave Little Toaster count as Disney? Does it?
It's the Brave Little Toaster is the Disney movie.
Okay. I
looked it up. I didn't remember.
Mel's answer, Fantasia. That's really good. I like that.
I only like the Wizard Mickey part of Fantasia.
My answer would be Aladdin. The OG. All the way. I'm going all the way.
Now Gracie changes hers because it
can't be. Now Gracie's can't. Yeah, no. Robin Williams apparently recorded so much improv in doing the dialogue for that movie that they had enough stuff to basically do like a movie or two more of just all of his crazy improv stuff, and it just nobody else could have played him. Will Smith tried, but it ain't the same. Absolutely amazing. Aladdin was wonderful. I loved it.
Which Aladdin is your favorite? 1, 2, or 3?
1.
Yeah, I assume that was the OG. Look at Gracie. Look at her.
The second one was what? Return of Jafar, right? And the third one was...
but do you know that Robin Williams
that was good. And that brought back Aladdin, or Robin Williams. That was good. All right, Rachel, your turn.
Rachel, before you go, I will say I saw the disgust on your face when I said Tarzan, so you're going to have to explain that one. It doesn't look like I'm looking, but my eyes are everywhere. They're going both ways.
Oh, I just think that's such like a weak pick, man.
Really? And why so?
Phil Collins is not a very cool rock and roll guy. First of all, rock and roll dudes are cool, and Phil Collins is not. Which is fine. It's cute that you're into it, but I don't know. I don't. I also don't love like that early '90s animation style, like Oliver and Company. Maybe it's late '80s. I don't know. I just don't think it looks as good as Disney could have had it looking.
Okay, it is a classically animated film. That part's correct. I think my brain was going on like, in my brain, I'm like, when we get into cartoon world, I try not to get too deep. Like a cartoon is a cartoon to me. Don't get me wrong. These ones these days they're just mind blowing, amazing. They look fantastic. They look like $1 million. There's something to be said about the classics. But like Tarzan is just the one, I don't know, even as an adult, I can just throw it on all the time. The soundtrack is so good. But, I'm sorry. That's a bad first date answer that I just gave. Guess I'm fucking out. Sorry.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Jesus Christ.
Goodness gracious. All right.
Ryan, you just pick shitty movies.
Sorry. Rachel, you can keep going. That was all I had to say about that.
Yeah,
Rachel,
you gotta
Rachel with the dead doll in the background.
So you want mine?
Yeah.
Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. It's definitely The Jungle Book.
Oh man.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I almost
a little misdirect there.
I went from like impressing you to disgusting you. Damn it.
I think The Jungle Book is really beautiful. Baloo the bear is just such a sweetheart. And it kind of has an unhappy ending in a way. I mean, it's good that he goes to the man village, but honestly, you're rooting for him to go and live in safety that now that Shere Khan is gone. Like, you want Mowgli to stay with Baloo and Bagheera and like grow up with the wolves and the monkeys, but he can't because he fell in love with a girl.
Yeah. You can't really escape your destiny there, I guess.
Very well versed in The Jungle Book. Impressive. But, as the CEO of Foundry Theater should be. Amazing.
Can I ask real quick, just a follow-up question, Rachel? What did you think about 2 recent sort of live-action-ish remakes of those? There was one that was done, Andy Serkis did it, and the other one was, I think, Jon Favreau did it.
I watched the one where like Christopher Walken is King Louis, and I mainly watched that one because I'm one of those like hipster kids that loves Bill Murray, but it's because he's hilarious. And Bill Murray played Baloo. So I thought that was really cool.
Bill Murray is fantastic, by the way.
So anyway, I just think Disney, like, man, they make really beautiful, great, awesome movies, but I have been underwhelmed by all of the live action remakes.
I think that's a.
I've been underwhelmed.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid sort of opinion shared by a lot of people. Well, thank you very much for the answer there. Brian, let's see what Holler Nation has to say, dog.
Okay, I only have one snap answer this evening. I'm just going to start with it. This is Mike Anderson. He's Holler listener. I always say he's out in the boonies of West Virginia. So those that are tuning in from different places, this one comes deep in the woods of West Virginia. Mike is one of my favorite snap friends because he'll send me videos. He owns like 100 acres of land, believe it or not. He's one of those West Virginians. And so he's like constantly like logging and shit like that. And so I'm like, dude, send me all your logging snaps. He's logging. He's like crafting shit out of the wood that he logs. Out of logs. He's growing food. He's growing food from his land. He's eating his land and logging his land.
He's growing food on his logs. Growing
None
logs.
of this is Disney related. What is that, Rachel? Sorry.
I asked if that was a sex thing, like logging his land.
It could be. It could be. Mike Anderson actually, he has sex with his land. He eats his land. He eats his land. Okay, so anyway, back to Disney movies, which is polar opposite of that. But hey, whatever. Mike says, "Ooh, this is a good question because I've got 3 kids and I've really amped up my Disney game lately. So this is really tough because I actually like the music and all of them on a whole nother level. And your answers could potentially be generational." It sounds like he's already hit on 2 of the things we've talked about, by the way.
Yeah.
The first thing I remember ever loving was Robin Hood. I also loved Peter Pan. And of course, everyone loves Beauty and the Beast. So, I don't know, man. This answer is too hard. I'm having a really hard time with it. I guess those are my top 3. I really enjoyed Brave Little Toaster with the kids in recent years, but I'm going to go with Beauty and the Beast. I've got some Gamefish vodka, and it's been treating me well tonight. Cheers, Holler.
Cheers to you, Mike. That's
Cheers,
awesome.
Mike.
And another call out of Brave Little Toaster. What from left fucking field? That's nuts.
Right? Yeah.
Hey guys.
I'll chime in on Robin Hood because Roger Miller voice acted in that, but also does, I think there are 2 songs. Really, really good.
So you did in fact enjoy the Robin Hood answer, unlike the Tarzan answer. Roger that. Okay, gotcha. Yes, Robin Hood. Robin Hood high on the list. Tarzan very low, weak, low and weak. I've got one for you. Take it easy on me. I guess I'm just here for honesty. I'm gonna be honest. I've never seen the Brave Little Toaster. I have no fucking idea what it is. Look at Gracie's face. Can this be the thumbnail?
Are you kidding me? Brian, you're the absolute worst. How can you, number one, have this poll question knowing that I love Disney so very much?
Yeah.
Number 2, you don't even know what the fucking Brave Little Toaster is? You're the fucking
Can you see the hubris with Alan Brown, aka Corduroy Brown? He doesn't even say necessarily hi. He just says he demands actually.
Yeah, restart the show.
Your guess. Start the show over.
Alan, if you would have gotten here on time, you would know who we're talking with. Also,
hey guys, Alan Brown here. Go ahead and restart the show. That's cool. Thank you.
By the way,
Alan Brown, let me do a quick recap for you. This is Rachel Allinder. Is that how you say it, Rachel? Because I think we said it wrong in the beginning. I'm sorry. Rachel Allinder, CEO of Foundry Theater. And, Alan, roughly, I believe you're going to be there soon as a part of a huge gangbang of men. There's 15 of you that's going to be there. By the way, what Disney movie do you like? And let's just go ahead and throw it out there that Tarzan sucks, even though Phil Collins went hard, but he sucks as a rocker.
Why do you love Phil Collins? Like, the right
else. Also I love Rachel. I love Lily Collins.
The animosity towards Phil Collins is kind of got me messed up.
Okay,
it's not
that's hateful.
I don't know.
I also love Lily Collins, who came from the loins of Phil Collins.
What the hell?
That's a really weird way to say that.
On time. So yeah.
Brave Little Toaster is a classic. Alan Brown, tell me what you know about the Brave Little Toaster. Go ahead and type. Go ahead and type a summary of what that movie is without looking at IMDb because I'm lost over here.
Maddie, are you just gonna act like I'm not even here? Because my feelings are getting hurt.
She is because she used to go to church camp.
Just acting like I'm not even here, and it hurts my feelings, Maddie.
I think you should keep doing it. Just to
You've got mail.
Continuing joke.
That's
Guys,
it.
Camo
I'm
Energy
done
Shots.
being friends with all of you people. Just actually Brian and Alan. I love you.
Holler Nation time. Let's go.
Holler Nation time. Let's do this. Sorry, I'm having a slow internet day over here trying to pull this
Because
feed
you know
up.
who the fucking Brave Little Toaster is.
Yeah, you're out there in the jungle with Tarzan with your internet.
I'm in the jungle, preferably the
Jungle
book
Wi-Fi.
and not the one with Tarzan.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Holler Nation, live on Facebook. Greatest Disney movie. Here we go. Matt Hutchison says it's either Aladdin or Coco. Sarah Webb, Aladdin. Adam Hall, he says Wall-E. This is a fantastic answer, by the way. Wall-E is fantastic. Rachel, do you hate Wall-E?
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has
Me
no
either.
problems.
I see. The thing is, when I think of, I mean, it's a Pixar movie, even though Disney owns them. Pixar. I don't know. There is a differentiation, in my opinion, but
Honestly, kind of. I feel like the right answer is Toy Story franchise.
right.
See, Alan Brown, same as me. He says, "What the fuck is Toaster?" I don't know either. It's a movie
It's
that we've
what
never.
you put bread in to make it.
Alan, come on over. You and I are going to watch The Brave Little Toaster together. Me, you,
Wait,
and
can I
Little
come too? I'll bring
Tracy,
popcorn.
you're invited. And you know what, Rachel? I'm just going to throw this out there. Fuck it. Out of spite, I am going to make Phil Collins a guest on this show. He will be a guest on Holler out of spite for you. So you can tune in that week or not, but you guys will see Phil Collins on the show. You've heard it
I
here
actually,
first.
if we get Phil Collins on as a guest on Holler, we're gonna call Rachel during the show and have her confront him.
I'm literally going to
explain.
message her after I get Phil Collins.
Hey, we've got Rachel here. She says you suck. By the way, do you have anything to say about that? She said you sucked. She said you sucked in Tarzan.
Trash at a Camp, honestly, a great song.
I bet he agrees with me.
This is Rachel who prefers Jungle Book over Tarzan. Anything to say, Phil?
Oh boy.
Okay, moving on. Holler Nation. Mo Lutz says Big Hero 6.
Okay.
Good one.
Big Hero 6. Josh Dyer. Of course, we're gonna have one of these guys. He says The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
let's
know
just move on.
Not
From
what they're
that.
asking.
That's not what we're asking. Sophie says, I'm sticking with the older ones. I'm gonna go Sword in the Stone. Interesting.
Another great movie.
Dude, all of the Disney movies are so fucking good. Except for Tarzan. It's bottom list. Patrick Rail says Horse Sense. But for rewatchability and the songs, Encanto is pretty good.
Man.
What was the first thing?
Horse Sense.
Man, that's a good one.
No clue.
It was no. It was a Disney Channel original movie.
I was going to say
And
I
had
have
the
no
Lawrence brothers
clue
in
what that is.
It had the Lawrence brothers.
Alan
in
Brown
it.
says
So good.
Mulan is the best, and Mel says 101 Dalmatians.
Mel just keeps rattling off great Disney movies and
100 plus one nation.
Beth says yes with a capital yes.
Yep.
What?
Nice.
Oh, by the way, Madison points something out. There are multiple Brave Little Toaster movies. Hell if I know. I have no idea.
And Brian's not watched one of them.
None of them. I don't know any of the toasters. I
The
can't
Brave
wait to
Little
meet them.
Toaster goes to space, Brian?
He
You
goes to
have
fucking space.
He
He's like Jason Voorhees. Jason in space. Jason is everywhere, and so is the little toaster.
He's
Jason
crying over
Voorhees
the Brave
versus
Little
the Brave Little
Toaster,
Toaster. Who will win?
The toaster, obviously.
The toaster obviously wins.
The toaster. He's brave as fuck.
Oh, how convenient that my toast was actually about toast.
Gracie,
What a silly
you're
podcast
muted.
we did.
Rainer Robinson says the luck of the Irish. Tiffany says Little Mermaid. Marty has a great answer. He says Heavyweights or Johnny Tsunami.
Dang.
Lunch,
Two other
lunch
out
has
of the
been
fucking
canceled
wild
due
blue.
to lack of hustle. Chrissy Lewis says Toy Story officially 1 and 3, by the way. Sorry, I've got to cover up my dog. He's very needy right now. I got to cover this dog up. Don't worry. He's under the blanket. Serge, you're a brave little toaster, man. Go under the blanket. We'll watch it.
Wait, did
Ashley says, for me, it's a tie between a Goofy movie and Hocus Pocus and Atlantis, The Lost Empire. Miranda says, I 100% can't pick one. Aristocrats, 101 Dalmatians, the 96 version, and Toy Story. Nikki says, Lion King. Finally, a Lion King. Nikki, I'm going to love this answer. Kayla says, Hocus Pocus. There's 2 Hocus Pocus in a row.
Yo.
Mo Lutz comes back into Holler Nation and says, I forgot all about the Brave Little Toaster, guys. Holy shit. My God, I'm going to watch all 17 of the Brave Little Toasters directly following this podcast. I'm going to write a dissertation on the toaster. And then one more says Treasure Planet or Atlantis. My goodness.
Yeah! I always confused those two.
Yeah, I know.
I always crossed them around. Is Gracie still muted?
Oh, shit, sorry, Gracie. I forgot you were there. You are officially unmuted.
Don't forget I'm here whenever I don't schedule you anybody.
Don't talk that shit, Gracie.
Yeah. Anyway, excuse me. It's the Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. I'm sorry I got confused.
Yeah,
and also the Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue. Is the other
so
one.
many. I can't wait to watch them all. Mel says the Aristocats. She's now on answer like number 7 of the evening. It's fine. You guys, you keep it up. You're going to win some camo energy.
Oops.
The Aristocats, I always confuse with the Aristocrats.
You're right. Which is, they're both genius, by the way. JD, that's all for my Holler poll. You're up, dude.
Wonderful. Great. That's awesome. Everybody, please keep debating your Disney movie movie fights in the chat. Thank you so much. So my Holler poll is a little quite different from that, but it's also something I think was a crowd favorite. What was the worst job or occupation that you ever had, and why was it so shitty? It's a very particular question. I mean, every adult's had a job they hate, but I want you to tell me about the worst one you ever had and why it was so bad. I'm going to shout a few answers out, and then we're going to go around the table, and we're going to make it happen real quick. Hillary comes in. She says she worked one shift on an assembly line at a fruit packing plant that her ex-stepdad owned an apple farm, and she put apples into boxes. She literally worked one shift and said, fuck this shit. Corey, he says, it's a toss-up. I worked at civic development in high school, begging for dollars by cold calling old people, or being a repo man for a year. I made a lot of quote-unquote friends.
Corey, those are very interesting answers.
That's gnarly. Mel, it's group therapy time, so anything goes. Yes, that's
Mel loves group therapy time. Here we go.
Jaron, he jumps in. Fundraising during the pandemic. I had to ask people to renew subscriptions to help out various organizations while they were getting laid off or they hadn't worked in months. It was absolutely horrible. Yeah, that's got to suck. Justin, during college, I worked at InfoCision making fundraising calls for the National Rifle Association.
The NRA, son.
It was mind-numbing, and I did not last long. I do not blame you.
Rachel, say words about the NRA. Just say something about it. Go for it.
Never reading articles.
JD, continue. That's pretty good.
Janelle, she was a kitchen supervisor at the jail. Damn. Working in the jail kitchen. That's gnarly. Let me keep
them jail mashed potatoes.
We keep throwing them out there. Mo, she was a lab assistant for the biology department at her university. There was zero communication. She was let go with no notice and was never given her last paycheck. Well, you got fucked over. And Mo, I honestly think you should get in touch with the Unclaimed Property Office and see if they got some money waiting on you.
That's not cool.
Because that is illegal.
55.
She might have $55 waiting for you at the office. Sophie, she was a dog sitter for 4 Rottweilers who liked to shit all over their house. I might add that this was back when she was a student at Marshall, and this was a professor's house, and they were a major hoarder, so that didn't help at all.
That all sounds very disgusting.
Oofa doofa. All right, Adam Hall, wonderful dude. We would like to get him back on the show soon. Worked at a Journeys shoe store for a single day. When I left to go to work on my second day, I heard that there was a shooting inside of that Journeys. So I called my boss to ask if everyone was all right. And he said, yeah, one of the other workers got shot and the shooter's still in the mall. He was confused when I said that I wasn't coming in that day, and he threatened to fire me. Yep, that sounds like Journeys. Son of a bitch. Yeah, no, it was just one of the other guys got killed, but we're going to need you to come in.
He's bleeding out, man. You need to get in here and sell these shoes, man.
Miranda was a CPS worker. Enough said. Damn, that's a very tough gig. Yo. And Sophie says, hey, now. But Miranda says, it's not for everyone. I commend you and our other pals, but man, it just was not the right fit for me.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, keeping it real. That's what we do. Kayla, I can't answer this accurately without getting in trouble. So we'll go with retail because people are stupid and the customer is almost never right. Word up. Erin, she did phone surveys for medical purposes, and almost everyone that she had called had recently died. So talk about awkward. She may have lasted 2 weeks, if that. Damn. Yeah, it's tough. Patrick says he worked at a sub shop, so utterly dirty, and the owner was insane. Was never busy, so days just dragged on. Yeah, that sucks. Ashley worked at Billy Bob's Wonderland, and is an explanation really necessary? No, I guess not. Billy Bob's. Jesus. Tiffany, retail at Christmas time. People are savages. I had to break up a fight over a $5 sweatshirt. And finally, Chrissy, she worked at a cemetery. She sold burial plots door to door. So she worked for a cemetery, not at a cemetery, but worked for a cemetery and walked door to door asking people where they'd like their bodies.
Hello, I'm your death salesman.
You know, people are dying to get in.
Oh, damn it. Can we get the Rachel button, please? Can you hit that real quick for me?
I can't believe we haven't hit it yet.
Rachel!
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's nice. Rachel, what was the worst?
That so good that you made that button for me.
We really two of them, yeah.
What was the worst job or occupation you ever had, and why?
McDonald's. Oh my gosh, McDonald's. It was so horrible. It was so bad, and like I had these two bosses, and they were like so mean, and it was just disgusting and horrible. And like people do disgusting stuff. At least at this McDonald's where I worked at the time when I was working at this McDonald's, it was awful.
How old were you?
Like 19.
And what state was this in?
Ohio.
Gotcha.
All right.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Did they try to get you like to go to the university and like get like training and all this stuff to become a manager and shit?
No, they knew my heart wasn't in it. And I did not last very long at McDonald's.
Well,
like just a few months. But I also think that McDonald's owes me like $68 because I didn't get my last check either. Somebody else said that. I try to just like steal as much ketchup when I go to McDonald's, and then when I feel like I've like got $68 worth, then I'll quit.
Of ketchup, okay,
Yeah,
that's
smart.
Good.
That's a smart idea.
Very, very good. Well, you know, for them to not give you that last check, that's a McTravesty.
It is.
They can afford it. They're everywhere.
Mango chutney.
My answer, honestly, I recently had got a job, sort of at the end of the pandemic, working for DirecTV. It was horrible. The training was horrible. What we were doing was stupid, and it was never really explained to us really what we were doing. There was all these metrics we had to follow that we didn't really even understand on our own. It was very crappy. Call center jobs suck, and everybody should know that. And everybody should probably get one so they realize how much they suck.
I've had one, by the way, also.
Yeah.
I also worked at InfoCision.
Me too. I worked at InfoCision.
You know, fucking shit. Phones. Anyway, Brian, how about you? What?
So, okay, like my answer is very interesting here. I know it sounds like I'm about to wind up and say something huge, and I'm really not. My answer is interesting. Wait, what?
I said, let us be the judge of that.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Oh, well, I know what you're gonna say. I'm like 3 words in. You're like, actually, your answer it's pretty tough. It's pretty bottom tier. If I had to say, so.
I don't know why I've like zoned in on bullying you tonight, but I have. So
I like
it. It's fine.
I like it a lot.
It's totally fine. Hey, Rachel. It's all good. So, my worst job that I've had. It's interesting because it was me being a server is the answer. Okay, I was a server at O'Charlie's, and the interesting part of this is it put me through college.
So long.
I worked there for almost 10 years. Okay, it put me
and
through.
It's the worst job you ever had.
It's the worst job I ever had. It put me through both high school and college. And I met amazing people that I still talk to this day. And I lived during all of these crazy times. I mean, like anyone that's ever worked in a restaurant, you know that you're like a close-knit family. It's hard to explain unless you've been there, done that. And these people, they will stick around for the rest of your life. And we had great times together. But damn, the idea of being a server, there's a thing called server nightmares. Like you'll be asleep at night, and even like 10 years, it's like legit PTSD, as if you've been to fucking war. You will wake up in the middle of the night and you'll like you have forgotten a table's order. You've forgotten to get them extra ranch. All this stupid shit. You've forgotten to get them
Mountain
Dew, and they're mad about it because they tried this one chili.
I tried this one chili and it set my mouth on fire, and I had to drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
You know, you forgot that guy.
You forgot their sweet tea with extra ranch.
The real fact is people treat you like just absolute dog shit. And even though that job brings in the money, all of the shit that you deal with, which is serving people, aka being a servant in a sense, people at least once a day, you know, multiple times a day, treating you like a piece of shit, talking down to you, disrespecting you. It just brings you down, man. And it's cool to say that you toughed it out. Hey, I toughed it out. I worked it for 10 years. I went all the way through college, and I'm really proud of that. And you know what? I would do it again if I was about to be homeless, and that's about the only way I would do it again. And if I did do it again, I would be fucking good at it because I did it for 10 years. But like, damn, it was the worst job I ever had. I would never serve tables again. And anyone that's in that business, you know, it does bring the cash in. And I would say get in and get out. Don't do that shit for the rest of your life, I think is my opinion. But it's just my opinion, you know. That's just it.
Okay. Rachel, what's your opinion on Brian's opinion?
Dude, I think everybody should have a food industry job.
To make or break.
Yeah. Just to get you to get an appreciation for it, because serving is really hard.
It's harder than people think. Yes.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard. You could potentially work your ass off and only go home with $17 in your pocket. It's an actual thing. And I mean, on the flip side, sure, you could make $217 in one night, but damn, it's all over the place. And there's just something about someone like waving that dollar bill in front of me while speaking to me as if like, I don't know, I owe them something. I'm just not good at that gig. I kissed ass long enough to get myself through college. I did the smart thing, like got myself through college and then just got the fuck out of there is what I did. So
Gracie, your turn for the final answer here.
Final answer. McDonald's was also the worst. I was there for 3 years. Yes, JD, I did go to training and I became a manager. But it was just awful. Like, I hated it. It was miserable. The hours were miserable. And my last maybe half a year to a year, I got transferred to a different McDonald's. And that, what are they called? General manager, whatever, refused to work anybody 40 hours because if nobody got overtime, she got a big bonus at the end of the month. So even managers weren't working 40 hours. So it was awful. And now I have my weekends off with my new job. So I'm out of the job. So yeah, McDonald's was definitely
another McTravesty. Mel has jumped in. She worked at a golf resort for 3 years dealing with drunk, rude old men that never tipped. Damn. That's got to
sound
suck.
Shitty as fuck. Yep, sure does.
Word. So that's it. That's Holler Polls right there, making it happen. I think we should just scoot on to the next thing. Let's make it happen.
Shots fired.
Wake up, Tracy.
Shots fired. Shots fired. My money long.
Good shots fired. This is,
got
the part,
mail.
this is the part of the show where we take shots of something while we take shots against something. By the way, stick around. We're going to play a little game later on and give away more of the camo complete energy shots that I'm holding right here on the deal. Go to camoenergyshots.com for more info about them. Let's do it. Shots fired. Brian, kick it. Kick it off.
Shots fired. This is actually like I'm kind of piggybacking off of a social media post that I just saw either today or yesterday. I was so like mind blown by this. I don't have children, so I don't have to deal with this, but I was mad for this parent. And this is bullshit. And this has to change. I can't believe that schools are still doing this in 2022. But a very well-known public school in our local area essentially expelled this girl's child. The kid can't go to school for the rest of the year. Her year is over now. So she was joking on social media like, well, we're going to just enjoy the summer faster. But this child's school career is over for this year because she dyed one strip of her hair pink. It was like hot pink, just one little strip. She had it tucked behind her ear, and the mom even pointed that out. It was tucked behind her ear as if not to bother people. What the fuck are we talking about? These are kids, dude. If they want to have like pink hair, cotton candy hair, lime green hair, why the fuck would we care? As long as they are in school doing their schoolwork, which apparently this girl's kid is like a top-notch student, like does great in the classroom. And I thought maybe this is an anomaly. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. No, dude. Other parents were chiming in and they were like, yeah, the policy is like very strict. Like you cannot have dyed hair in school because it is distracting to the other students. Are you fucking kidding me? Who are we distracting? These are children.
What are the kids doing? Looking at the hair and going, I can't read or think or write right now. I'm so mesmerized by the pink strand of hair.
No math today, dude. So like, I mean, these are children. They should be able to express themselves however they want with this. That we should be happy that they're going to fucking school and doing their work.
In the first
is the number one on the list. And you know, beyond that, if you want to get into arguments about like the wardrobes they're wearing, I don't know, man. My opinions are like don't have like blatant profanity or racism on your wardrobe, and maybe like ass cheeks aren't hanging out. That's about all I can think of. Other than that, as long as you're at school, man, pink hair, no hair, mohawk, fucking do whatever, dude. Dress up as a Superman every day of class if you want. Who gives a fuck? Every day could be Halloween, you know? Who cares, man? That's such a stupid thing. I feel for that parent. I don't even have kids, so shots fired.
That's fucking bourbon. Public school, too? That's
public,
so
dude. That's why I said that, yeah.
Mine's short and quick, and I'm just going to kill this beer for it. Fuck the Supreme Court.
Deal.
Honestly.
Gracie, what's up?
Me. Okay. Well, mine's also short, sweet, to the point because I just really didn't think of anything that I could say out loud, you know. So I just went to my good old notes, and it just makes sense to me. Shots fired at that shitty feeling after you take a nap and it's not a good nap.
Oh,
so
man.
shots fired at that.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one. The worst. You wake up with like a headache, basically. You're like, I feel worse.
Like, how do I feel worse now than I did before I try to take this nap?
We all know that. We all know it. Rachel, what's up?
Okay. So shots fired at people who use the center lane as a merge lane, not as a turning lane. Because yes, it is a turning lane, but then you become, you know, the idiot in the proverbial idiot lane when you use it as a merge lane. And I just think it's absurd.
You know,
fair enough.
People fucking suck at driving.
People do suck ass at driving, yes.
Nice. The last one ricocheted.
All right, guys. And you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. It's time to win some camo energy shots. You've made it this far. You may as well stick around and win some. It's Family Feud time. All right, guys, here's
Steal.
how Family Feud is going to work. Gracie is your judge. She's your scorekeeper. We are looking for the number one answer. First person to type it takes the point. First one to 3 points is going to win camo energy. We're going to mail this stuff, these energy shots. We're going to mail them to your house. Make sure you DM us your mailing address if you win. Even if you've won 10,000 times, Mel, still send us your address, or we will forget to send it to you. Okay, first question. Number one answer. First one to get it wins. Name something that's usually over too fast. Name something that's usually over too fast.
You already know. We already know that. I try to interject with this, by the way, with little tiny questions to our guests. So, Rachel, what do you know of any particular films that are going to be on the open screen night you got coming up, or is this kind of just is it a random sort of thing? People can kind of bring anything they want in.
It's just been people who just submitted something, anything under 10 minutes that they've been working on, like at any point. It can be old, something, from 25 years ago. It's fine. A trailer, a music video. So
cool. Yeah, that was my sort of next side question to that was like people making, trailers for concepts or like proof of concepts or obviously music videos is very, very solid.
Number one answer is in the chat. It is sex. Mel takes the point. West Coast Mel taking the point.
Obviously, first to 3 correct answers is the winner of the game as well. And also, if you guess out there, our view is different from what you get. What we see as first, you might not see as first. So it's Gracie's choice.
And you guys can guess multiple times, by the way. If you're a newcomer, just keep typing until you get the correct answer. By the way, we had a couple really good answers. The weekend really is over too fast. And also, nap time, like Gracie said, it really is over too fast. Hey, look, we've got little Serge Tankian in the house. He's just decided it's ball time, he says.
It's time to play.
Time to play, says this dog. Okay, so next question. Next one. Name one reason a football fanatic would miss the Super Bowl. So somebody that loves the Super Bowl, why would they miss the big game? Name a reason.
You're beautiful.
They can't miss the James Blake concert. It's the same night. Speaking of concerts and shows and things like that, Rachel, what is like something you'd love to see done, like maybe a performance or a screening of something? What is something you'd like to put together at the Foundry Theater that maybe you hadn't done, or something you've always thought would be something you'd like to do?
Okay, I want to be like the place to go see trauma films in the state of West Virginia.
For people that don't know what trauma is, can you kind of explain it for them?
Sure. So I guess it's a production company.
It is now, yes.
Number one answers in the chat, by the way. You guys can stop typing.
But just it's of I guess B movies that are gory and sometimes horror and sometimes just attacking a particular political topic that's big at the time. But they just kind of a cult niche type thing. But
nice. And that would be, we definitely should do a trauma movie night for Foundry. That'd be awesome. What's the number one answer, by the way, Brian?
Number one answer is Mel. It is a funeral, aka a death in the family, funeral or death. I think another great answer was you just got wasted and you passed out and you missed the Super Bowl. That's a really great answer, actually. Fair enough.
You were at the pregame party and just got too fucked up.
Maddie screaming profanities in the chat.
Maddie, hang in there. Hang in there, Maddie.
It's all right, Maddie. You can get this.
All right, guys, here we go. We're looking for the number one answer. How do you know your party has been a success? So if you throw a party, how would you know it's been a success? Sorry, my dog's needy again. My God. Guy needs
he just
covered
wants
up.
to be on the show.
He wants to be on the show.
So, Rachel, another similar question, the same thing. What's an event you guys have done that you thought was the best one you've done, or the one you were the most excited about or most happy with?
Well, actually, it was like this fantasy concert that I put on that we put on. It ended up costing me, me as and the like CEO of Foundry Theater, like $1,500. That was my cost for that concert.
Oof.
Yeah, because I didn't know what I was doing, man.
Fun to be the CEO, yeah.
But it was Shalem and Of the Devil, and we had Nate do stand up. But like, man, like it was just like a great concert, and they even though there weren't really many people in attendance, which is why I lost like $1,500 on it. Nobody was buying tickets, but like they all performed as though the house was packed, and like I just think
that's a stacked local lineup that you had. That's a good lineup.
And they're great. Like I love Of the Devil and I love Shalem, and I guess they're kind of my favorites.
The number one answer is in the chat, by the way. But you know, Rachel, man, that is a great show. I just feel like as a local guy, I mean, I'm born and raised here in Huntington. I feel like it's something to do with, I guess it's what we talked about earlier. I guess it's like the advertising part of it. For some reason, we don't get the word of these shows or something. I don't know. Anyway, number one answer. Mel said it way up here. No, hold on. I think it was Maddie, actually.
Hey.
What's the number, Brian? If you verbally say the number one answer, I can help you out.
The number one answer, it's... Hold on. I had it flipped over. Sorry, I was one ahead of myself. Yeah. The number one answer is that people stay too late at the party. And I think Maddie up there said nobody will leave. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. I saw that run across earlier. So Maddie's on the board.
Nice.
We got Maddie with 1 and Mel with 2. I didn't have to ask Gracie for that. I already knew that.
Well, you just are trying to take my job. Whatever, Brian. You can have it.
Gracie is now muted. Okay. Next question. Next question. In one word, describe your partner eating. In one word, describe your partner eating.
Damn. All right. That's interesting. Brian, you never actually jump in on these kind of questions. You got a quick little side question for Rachel?
A Foundry Theater history question, Rachel. What was like the most famous show of all time? Like, that's such a long history. Did they have something crazy back in the day? Like, did Elvis come there?
Elvis died here.
Okay, fair enough. So number one answer is already in the chat, by the way. The answer is Loud.
And Mel. Disgusting.
Is that it?
Yes, Mel.
Is that it?
Great. Yeah.
Mel,
Maddie's been. Maddie should get something anyway. Honorable mention.
For hanging in there.
She was hanging in there. Maybe by Maddie, if you actually send us, there you go, animal. She sounds like an animal. Maddie, if you want to actually send us your info too, we'll go ahead and give you something too, because you were playing along very well.
Yeah, you guys were champs out there this evening, Holler Nation, and Maddie, you were great. Mel, tuning in all from the West Coast every time. Mel, I was just telling Camo about you. I had a meeting with Camo, and I said, listen, next time you're on the show, you got Mel from West Coast out there, and she's just crushing the Camo. And they were like, we're gonna say hey to Mel next time on the show. JD, I don't know why this is happening, but my beer tastes like cotton candy.
Yeah, that's very weird. It could be the bourbon that you were sipping on, kind of affecting your taste buds.
Not
Who knows?
sure, man. It's weird.
That's probably what it is. Well, Mel, congrats. You won it again. It'll keep happening as well. So everybody keep tuning in and keep participating. You can also win some stuff. Camo Complete Energy. Go to CamoEnergyShots.com for more info. All that good shit. Also, go to FoundryTheater.org as well to learn more about Foundry Theater and everything that Rachel's up to over there with them. It's cool stuff. We've reached basically the end of this podcast, and we've had a wonderful evening. Thank you so much again, Rachel, for being on the show and telling us about your favorite Disney character and the worst job you've ever had, and idiot drivers on the road and all that good stuff.
And Disney movies that you dislike. Thank you so much, Rachel. You're fantastic.
You didn't like. That's good.
You're such a fucking crybaby.
Rachel, can you remind everybody about the next couple events you got coming up with Foundry, please?
Yes. So Thursday, May 19th, we have the open screen where people can come and just watch some local film stuff. It's all free. And then on June 11th, again, not a sex thing, Mountain Men do Dolly Parton. It's going to be great. And
Well, way down yonder on the chat.
Is it like for sure not a sex thing?
Could be.
Because of like it being like on top of City Hall.
Yeah, it's a government building. I don't know if they can condone
that. You get it. City Hall likes it on top. Anyway, keep going.
Yowza.
So I'll see everybody there. Everybody on the internet.
Everybody on the internet. All of you come along and do the thing. Thanks again, Rachel. Check out all her stuff over with the Foundry Theater, at foundrytheater.org. We're at the tail end. Are there anything else that we want to shout out before Brian starts just hitting some really weird buttons on the soundboard?
Please don't hit the buttons.
Brian, I'm really sorry about Tarzan bullying.
It's okay. We can just talk about it later. You know, at least it's a story over a beer. It feels like that, but not at City Hall, not at Foundry Theater. It's the pre. Rachel, we'll talk about it over a beer. Hey, by the way, guys, it's Friday the 13th. We didn't say shit about it. You can tell by that wolf that's screaming.
Her sister was a witch.
Say that again.
Foundry Theater is haunted. Well, no, the auditorium is haunted. Allegedly.
Fuck yes.
Say more, please. Actually,
his name is George.
What?
And he haunts.
His name is George, and he haunts. He's haunty
Rachel,
George.
For those people that may not have tuned into the video portion of this show and they're only listening, I would like to describe Rachel, who I've never met before. I call her Rachel with the creepy background, and she seems extra excited about George the Ghost. She's also still at the theater in said creepy background room at the time. You know, I bet Rachel is a real interesting can of worms to unpack, you know, in person. And so, you know what? Over a beer, we shall sometime.
Her sister was a witch.
Is Nerner.
$55.
Listen.
Rachel! 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 Rachel!